Am I the a-hole for rejecting my deadbeat dad's wife's attempt to include me and my sister in their family? My sister 19F and I 17M were raised by our single mom. Our father was a deadbeat who left when mom was pregnant with me, and he's got $50K of child support debt and counting toward me. My sister and I used to see him when we were kids. It's a small town and he never left, and neither did mom. He'd just quit jobs and go to jail rather than pay support or be a dad. It was probably a year ago when my sister told me she saw him with a woman and kids. My sister and I were like, what the f? And then we both saw him another day with just the kids. It was weird. Another time all three of us saw them. We were all in the same diner at the same time, and he was acting like a parent for the first time ever. The woman with him noticed us watching, and it was a few weeks after she stopped me and my sister and introduced herself, and she tried to start a relationship between us all. She had met Dad online and they were married by then, and he was the most wonderful stepdad to her kids. She approached me and my sister a few times on our own too when her first attempt at starting a relationship failed. A couple of times she told us he'd be more willing to get the child support back payments paid if we had a relationship. One time I got super far from her before she could get closer to me because she had one of her kids with me and I didn't want to start any in front of kids. Last week she approached me on my own again, and she told me how sad it would be for us not to be a family. She said my father would be adopting her kids in November and she'd love me and my sister to come and we could be a family. I asked her why she thinks either of us wants to know the family he chose to be with and why we'd want to see him be a father to kids who aren't even his over his actual kids. I told her she's wasting her time and pissing us off and she needs to stay the hell away from us. She tried to yell at me, but I walked away. I did hear her say something like I didn't need to be rude to her when she was trying to be nice. Like I said, I was focused on getting away from her. But maybe I was harsh. I don't know. I think saying something once is whatever, but to keep trying is way too much. I don't think she really understands how messed up it feels from our side. She sees him playing dad now and probably thinks it erases the years he wasn't there, but it doesn't. For us, it's like salt in the wound. So am I the a-hole for telling my dad's wife to stop trying to force a family relationship and to stay away from me and my sister?
Here are the top comments.
Not the a-hole. She's a massive a-hole and has been harassing you. You'd said no plenty of times. And she wants you to stay polite. Tell her to stay in her lane. Love how she says your father will pay child support if he has a relationship. That is not how it works. He pays regardless. What's especially telling is that it's her trying to speak to you and not even your father.
Not the a-hole. She just doesn't want the child support hanging over his head and thinks you'll forgive if she can get y'all talking.